Lakers Nation, what is going on? So there is a really interesting comparison being made around Walker Kessler and Rudy Gobert, and honestly I think Lakers fans should pay attention to this one. DunkingWithWolves.com recently looked at the similarities between Kessler and Gobert and why the Lakers are hoping their new center can eventually give them the type of defensive impact that Gobert gives Minnesota. And I want to be clear right away. I do not think Walker Kessler is Rudy Gobert right now. But I do think the comparison makes sense when you look at what the Lakers actually need from their center. The Lakers have been searching for legitimate rim protection ever since Anthony Davis was traded. And this is exactly where Kessler has the opportunity to completely change the identity of this Lakers team. Kessler and Gobert have some obvious similarities. Both are big physical centers who are known primarily for protecting the rim. Both can play drop coverage. Both can alter shots without necessarily needing to block every attempt. And both can make an opposing player think twice before attacking the basket. That last part is extremely important. Because great rim protection is not always about getting a block. Sometimes the best defensive play is making the offensive player decide not to take the shot at all. And Kessler has already shown signs that he can do that. According to the information from DunkingWithWolves.com, Kessler ranked in the 99th percentile for rim protection and the 97th percentile for rim deterrence during the 2024-2025 season when he was fully healthy. That is a massive number. And throughout his career Kessler has averaged 2.4 blocks per game. So when the Lakers traded for him, they were not simply bringing in a big body to stand underneath the basket. They were betting on a legitimate defensive weapon. And this is where I think the Rudy Gobert comparison becomes really interesting. Gobert has already proven what Kessler is trying to become. Gobert has been one of the best defensive centers in basketball for years. He has consistently anchored Minnesota's defense and his impact goes beyond the box score. DunkingWithWolves.com pointed out that the Timberwolves were 11.8 points per 100 possessions better with Gobert on the court last season. That is the difference between simply having a good defensive center and having somebody who can completely change the defense around him. And that is the challenge for Walker Kessler. Because the Lakers are not putting him into a perfect defensive situation. Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves are not exactly known as an elite defensive backcourt. Quentin Grimes could become an important perimeter defender. Jared Vanderbilt is one of the Lakers' better defensive players. Matisse Thybulle gives them another high-level defensive option. But the Lakers are going to need Kessler to cover a lot of ground. And that is where I have both optimism and concerns. The optimism is obvious. Kessler is young. He has the size. He has the shot-blocking ability. He has the rim deterrence. And he has already shown stretches where he looks like one of the best interior defenders in basketball. But the concern is whether he can take that impact and turn it into an elite team defense. Because Utah did not exactly become an elite defense simply because Kessler was on the floor. According to DunkingWithWolves.com, the Jazz ranked near the bottom of the league defensively during Kessler's healthy seasons. So now Kessler is walking into a completely different situation in Los Angeles. And honestly, that is what makes this season so important for him. The Lakers did not just give up a little to get Walker Kessler. They gave up 2 unprotected first-round picks and 2 pick swaps. Then they gave Kessler a 4-year $130 million contract. That tells you everything you need to know about how highly the Lakers think of him. They are expecting him to be a major part of their future. And personally, I think the biggest question is not whether Kessler can block shots. We already know he can do that. The question is whether he can become the defensive backbone of an entire team. Can he erase mistakes from Luka and Austin on the perimeter? Can he protect the basket when the Lakers get beaten off the dribble? Can he stay disciplined against pick and roll attacks? Can he rebound at a high level? And most importantly, can his presence make the Lakers' defense consistently better for an entire season? If the answer is yes, then I think this Lakers team could be much more dangerous than people expect. Because imagine what this could look like. Luka Doncic controlling the offense. Austin Reeves creating shots. The Lakers surrounding them with shooting and athletic defenders. And then behind everything you have Walker Kessler protecting the rim. That gives Luka something he has not always had during his career. A true defensive safety net behind him. And that is why I actually like the Rudy Gobert comparison. Not because I believe Kessler is already on Gobert's level. He is not. But because Gobert represents the ceiling the Lakers are hoping Kessler can reach. The Timberwolves know exactly what they have at center. They know Gobert can anchor their defense. They know he can protect the rim. They know what his presence means every single night. The Lakers are still waiting to see if Kessler can become that type of player. And I think that is going to be one of the biggest storylines of the entire Lakers season. Because if Kessler becomes a top 10 level rim protector and his overall defensive impact takes another step forward, then the Lakers might have found the defensive centerpiece they have been missing. But if Kessler is simply a good shot blocker without becoming somebody who consistently elevates the entire defense, then the Lakers are going to have some serious questions to answer after giving up so many assets for him. That is why I am not ready to call him the next Rudy Gobert. I would actually say the Lakers are hoping he becomes their version of Rudy Gobert. And there is a big difference between those two statements. Gobert already earned that reputation. Kessler has to earn it. And now he has one of the biggest opportunities of his career. For me, I am excited to see what Walker Kessler looks like playing behind Luka Doncic and this new Lakers roster. Because if he can turn those elite rim protection numbers into elite team defense, the Lakers could have something very special. And if he cannot, then we are going to look back at the Gobert comparison very differently. Either way, I think Walker Kessler is going to be one of the most important players on this entire Lakers roster. Not because he needs to average 20 points a night. Not because he needs to become an offensive superstar. But because the Lakers need him to make the paint a no-fly zone. And if Walker Kessler can do that, the Lakers' defense could take a major step forward. And that could be the difference between being a good team and becoming a legitimate championship threat. Let me know what you guys think. Do you believe Walker Kessler can eventually reach the defensive level of Rudy Gobert? And do you think Kessler can become the defensive anchor the Lakers have been searching for? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications for more Lakers news and updates.